In this presentation, I will talk about the assessment of teachers' practice videos. For the purpose, I went through the two videos related to mathematics teaching at high school. The first video I chose from Australia. The title of the teaching session was Exterior Angle in a Polygon. And the second video I chose from Japan. The title of the teaching session was Finding the Value of an Angle. I chose these videos from Australia and Japan for a few reasons. Firstly, both the countries are highly developed country, one representing Western culture and the second representing Asian culture. I was interested to know the difference and similarities in teaching style between these two countries while teaching the same subject. In this video, I will discuss about my observations when I went through these teaching videos. Now I will talk about what did I like about the practice and why. In both the teaching sessions, the environment was very friendly. Students were enjoying the lessons and the different tasks. Here we can see two different pictures, one representing the classroom from the Australia and the next one is from the Japan. In Australian teaching style, I did not notice any kind of hierarchy between teacher and the students, but in Japanese teaching styles, there was visible hierarchy between teacher and student. For example, when the class started, the students were supposed to greet the teacher, but the students didn't follow the common practice of greetings. The teacher reminded the greeting manners to the students in a very polite manner, and they followed. So here we can see in the second pictures, that when the teacher reminded the students, then they bowed their head to the teacher just to show their respects. However, I didn't notice any kind of bad feelings shown by the teachers, neither by the students. I like the openness from the teacher because maybe by friendly and openness behavior from the teacher, the students will have a positive impact in their learning. Okay. Also, in both the lessons, both the teacher used student-centered approach. In teaching followed by problem solving and group work. The discussions about the given task, the students in group work students discussed about the given task, and this can be seen in the next picture here. In both the classroom settings, the students are going through this small group work, and the teachers is trying to follow their task, and then in this individual exercise. The Australian teachers might have planned for group discussion during lesson planning, but the Japanese teacher started or followed group work when he realized that the level of understanding between the students were different. I like this style of dividing students in different groups and asking fellow students to explain that or teach to other students who has difficulties in understanding and solving the problems. I liked it because I feel like this approach helped students not only to understand and solve the mathematical problems, but also the students learn to work in a team and develop their communication skills. Also, I noticed a difference in solving mathematical problems. For example, the students, Australian students were using the computers, while the Japanese students were following this traditional approach. And here this can be seen in the picture as well. The first picture, this shows the Australian classroom settings, and in the second picture it shows the Japanese classroom settings. This difference might be because of the content of the lessons. For example, in Australian student teaching settings, the students were trying to understand the different measures of polygons, while Japanese students were trying to understand the different measures related to parallel lines. However, both the groups were trying to calculate the value of angles in general. I like both the approaches. uh, Now I'll talk about like what did I didn't like about the practice and why. And from my there was nothing that I didn't like. However, I like the Japanese style of teaching group work, helping fellow students, because when I were at high school, I followed similar approach during mathematics lessons. I did not notice any kind of such practices of helping fellow students in Australian styles. I also believe that maybe it will be a bias to make such conclusions by following only two videos. So maybe like we need to go through like few more videos, and maybe we need to make a few more observations, then we can come to like clear conclusions about the Australian and the Japanese teaching styles. And then what theories they might have used in their teachings, and when it comes to correlating this approach of teaching, both the teacher's approach of teaching with learning theories, I found a bit confusing. But still, I feel like both the teacher followed the mixture of two different learning theories, that is, behaviorism and the constructivism. I came to this conclusion because while going through both the videos that I selected, followed the same approach of teaching. First, both the teachers started with the explanations from the teachers, and then there was this short exercise, this short individual exercise between the students, and then there comes this small group work, and then the teacher gave the feedback to this students group work. And however, both the teacher implemented this approach of teaching and learning a bit differently. For example, Japanese teacher followed group work when he realized the difference in level of understanding and solving the problems among the students. So, and on the other hand, like student teacher started pair work, straightforward. Like maybe this might be his plan during while he made his lesson plan. So this is my observations, and thank you for listening.